yes, but before we talk about the statement of Slovenia, can we just put this Joyce Klein drama to bed now? Because many people out there will say, this is the robbed winner, but no, I don't think so. He was 12th placed in the jury with the preference of jury, which is a total of 58 points as detailed in the table below. And thanks to OGAE Greece, we have a display, and he didn't get a 12 points from one. Italy 10 points, Luxembourg 10 points, Denmark, San Marino 8, Austria 7, Serbia 5, Latvia, Switzerland 3 points, and Belgium, Malta, Poland, and Moldova gave him 1 point each, and this gave him 58 points. So no, unfortunately, Joyce Klein's fans out there, he will not have won Eurovision. Back to the video. Yes, hello everyone, welcome back to a redo of the video I was supposed to upload in like an hour, but I realized when I was watching through the whole thing, I did make some mistakes about the something I was talking about when they talked about online voting, but we can take it again, so let's do a redo. According to escextra.com, RTVSLO released the official statement on Eurovision 2024. A lovely picture of Raven. She should come back for Slovenia one more time, because I think she was cursed. I mean, many people are claiming the fact that they cannot understand why Slovenia and Georgia was doing so poorly in the finals. I was like, did you see the running order? Anywho, in the aftermath so let's read this together. In the aftermath of a controversial Eurovision 2024, RTV SLO, the national broadcaster of Slovenia, stated that they would prepare a list of questions for the EBU surrounding the events of the contest. Today, the document has been released in full. Okay, so let's see here. RTV SLO demands answers from the EBU. Okay, so let's read this together. In a public statement, the Slovenian broadcaster RTV SLO you need to be flexible when you say that, because it's all so RTV SLO has presented its list of questions for the EBU regarding multiple concerns RTV SLO has about Eurovision Song Contest 2024. I mean, I cannot blame them, because Eurovision 2024 was very controversial in many ways. Within the document, the broadcaster's question the validity of the voting, including the purpose on the ROTV, which is the online voting, as well as the explanations of the disqualifications from the Netherlands from the grand final. I mean, it is an ongoing investigation, so how much can I add to that, because we have already talked about it, and I've seen so many other people have talked about it, so it is an ongoing investigation. But all I'm gonna say is, if you break the EBU rules, the disqualification is, yeah. Meanwhile, they have also questioned the anti-booing technology and raised concerns over the flag ban. I mean, I'm gonna say, Erik Saade said that the dollar cardigan, the dollar horse, was a political symbol. Flags are a very political symbol, so they can be. Overall, the broadcaster requires more robust and democratic decision-making. A full translation of the original statement we can read below. Let's read it together, shall we? Now you can read it from the top. Television Slovenia has addressed some of the most urgent questions to the EBU leadership due to the event and consequences of this year's Eurovision Song Contest. RTV Slovenia had already called for a professional discussion before the contest. Well, an open discussion is always nice. As a result, after this Eurovision week, Slovenia, which traditionally takes care of the ESC, the Eurovision Song Contest project, gathers some of the most urgent questions resulting from this year's event and incident related to it. Well, it was not drama-free. This year was basically like a housewife reality show for me. It was chaos. Chaos! We point out that the Eurovision Song Contest is an extremely important project for the Eurovision Song Contest, for the television Slovenia and Slovenia. Well, I mean, you're gonna say it brings ratings. It brings ratings, and up-and-coming artists can have a chance to give a platform for non-Eurovision viewers and Eurovision out there in Europe be like, wow, I didn't know Slovenia had talent. It is an event with great visibility in our country amongst our musicians. Yeah, you can write a song that can become a smash hit and a cult classic. That RTV Slovenia is happy to be part of this story. Well, that's nice. This is why after this year's controversial Eurovision week, Slovenia is asking for some concrete answer to the most pressing question, and it would be like these issues to encourage a widely debate on the future and the development of the Eurovision Song Contest, which is, as already stated, have unfortunately been marked by a number of controversial topics this year. God, that was a long sentence. I mean, I think it is great the fact that they have an open discussion with the EBU, because many people, broadcasting and nations, artists have said that this year was particularly difficult. But you also have to realize it was a very weird situation because of all the protests and boycotts and booing. So this year you had everything at once. It feels like you have everything at once, because usually you have one of the two. Maybe you have some disliking the artists. Maybe one time you have the booing, and then you maybe have protests, but we have everything at once. Because we have had booing before. I mean, Tattoo, I remember, was very booed back in 2003. And then I think Iceland was booed 2006. And I think Russia was booed in 2007. And I think maybe have had booing. Yeah, we have also the booing against the twins from Russia and Polina Gagarina from Russia. So we have had booing before. Anyway, let's move on. Television Slovenia therefore asks the EBU for the information on the vote of the Slovenian audience, not just the numbers of votes, but precise information of how the Slovenian audience voted. Okay, why? Are you not happy with the result? Are you not happy with how they voted? Because wait, we can go back. Let's see. I have that. Yeah, we can go back a little bit let's see the result. Here, all the result. Let's scroll down. Let's see how Slovenia voted then. If we have maybe an issue with this. Okay. So let's see. Here is Slovenia. Slovenia public voting. Public voting. Slovenia gave the 12 points to Croatia. No. 10 points to Croatia. And then Israel got a 10. Is that the issue? Slovenia gave 8 points to Ukraine, 7 to France. Cyprus got a 6, nice. And then Serbia got a 5. Let's see. And Switzerland got a 4. Slovenia gave Italy 3, Ireland 2, and then Slovenia gave us 1 point. Nice. So the overall results raised some doubts, in particular the large number of new voters online, which have not been there before. But it is only 58 points that the online voting can decide. We talk about that later on. So are they concerned that the online voting will have a bigger impact? Because 58 points out of the total points, if we add in the country's vote, jury and public voting, and we add in all the countries, and then we add in online voting, the overall is 4,350 votes. Online voting stands for 58 of them. That is not much. But anyway, Television Slovenia requires, among other things, request further clarification from the EBU with regard of the exclusion of the Netherlands. But I'm gonna say there is still an ongoing investigation, and I leave it at that. The reporting of a certain media that the actual sound image of what is happening in the hall were replaced with technical means. You really want to showcase how much they were booing Israel? Do you want to give her more sympathy points? Be my guest. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, the people, they are saying that they should showcase how the artists are feeling it, because the Netherlands national broadcast did think the same thing. But I was like, yeah, but what I think, I'm gonna say it, if they actually showcased how much they booed Israel, I think she will win the televotes very easy. So be my guest, but don't come and complain later if she did. No. So I was like, yeah, I think A little booing, sure, but when the whole arena is booing, no. I think they did. I think I can see both sides of the fact that what we are seeing, we heard the booing, but we maybe didn't hear all of the booing, and then the artists are in the arena heard all of the booing, so I can see both sides, but to me I was like, yeah, if it is that bad, maybe cover it up a little bit. But that's just me. On the ban of the EBU flag, I mean, I'm gonna say, I don't know, I think there was someone who was walking in with the EBU flag. But the thing is that flags are one of the biggest political symbols in the world. So that is a big political symbol. And since we are trying to have a non-political Eurovision, a flag ban, okay. I mean, I don't know that much about that part of the story, but I saw something about someone walking in with an EBU flag and it was like, no, thank you. Also, they have a lot of questions on the possible influence of the sponsor of the content of the event. Moroccan Oil, the Hair Care Act, that is the thing. But I'm gonna say two things about that. EBU has really said that they have no impact of this, and they have been a sponsor of the contest for 3 years, since 2021, when we were in Italy. No, we were in the Netherlands. Yeah, they have been a Eurovision sponsor for 3 years, so they have been in the contest now for 3-4 years, a couple of years. And the thing is that if you read the story about the Moroccan Oil, the owner or the founder of this, I think she's Canadian/Chile, and she went to Israel and then get a hair care treatment that really was the magical of hair care acts. And I think I think if I read the story right, I think her headquarters for this company is in the US, but they are probably doing the products in Israel. I mean, several companies have your products made in other countries. Makeup can be in place, and makeup and hair care can be produced everywhere in the world. So. And I don't know I don't think this hair care product had any say about the results about this event or the influence. No, they did it clear that they don't have it. So I'll see what you want to say, but sometimes I'll be like, really? Okay. Television Slovenia calls on the EBU to discuss the introduction of the rest of the world vote. What is the purpose and why should the outcome of the competition be impacted by citizens countries who is not participate in the Eurovision Song Contest? Do we really need to have this discussion too? I mean, the thing is that I personally think it is a great thing that we have the online voting, because that can introduce so many new people around the world to watch the show. We are almost 200 million viewers watching this event from all over the world. I mean, when you watch those fan-made videos, when you're doing votings, you can have people from all over the world. Australia, China, Russia, Spain, US, South America, they are everywhere. This is a global thing. So I don't think introducing the online voting was a bad idea. I think it is a great idea. And also the fact that when we're now going to Switzerland, that can mean tourists from around the world want to come to Eurovision. You know what that means? Tourism. Money spending, hotel events, hotels booked, restaurant visit, shopping. So it is a good boost for the economy. I think we saw that in Liverpool last year, that in fact said that they really saw an economic boost when the fans were there. I think Malmö was a different case. I read somewhere where restaurants realized it's not going to be that particularly different than a usual week. But so it's like, I think an online voting is a good idea. And also I did some math. Again, let's talk some math. I wrote it back on the commercial paper. I mean, each country, if you add the jury vote and the public vote in the finals, is 58 points. That is pretty much it. Jag klipper bort det sen. Vad hade du berättat då?
Jag ska ha en sån här ögon.
Jaha.
Nej, trots att det var så.
let's talk about the points. I mean, each country provides for 58 points if you count in from the jury votes and the public votes from 12 to 1 points. Each country has 58 points. So 37 countries times 2 with the 58 points is 4,292 points. And we add in the online voting, which is 58 points. It lands on 4,350 points. That is the maximum pointing they can give. So if you divide 58, divide that with 4,350 points, the online voting is like 1.3% of the overall voting. You have a problem with 1.3% of the online total voting score. Okay, Slovenia, you have an issue with that one. But I think it's a little bit ridiculous that I have a problem with 1.3%. Or I maybe wrote, I mean, yeah, it is 4,350 points, and you just divide that with 58. So, yeah. Anyway, the online voting is 0.013%. So basically 1.3% of the online total vote is the, I don't know, math is not my thing, but yeah, I think 1.3%. Anyway, I think it's a great idea we have it. Finally, Television Slovenia also called for consideration to giving ways in which EBU members' opinion can be more effectively integrated in the planning of the selection and when making key decisions, or how to establish a more democratic decision-making system. Wait, I have some pop-ups here, so I need to take them down. System in the future. Finally, this Television Slovenia also called for consideration to give into the ways in which EBU members' opinion can be more effectively integrated in the planning of the selection and when making key decisions, or how to establish a more democratic decision-making system in the future. I don't know. Maybe a little bit. They can have an input, but I think when you are the host country, you are in talks with EBU on what works and what doesn't work, and EBU have a set of rules of how the venue should be. But I can hear the argument that they should have a more an open talk and no more an open discussion about this one. But I gotta say, some of these things I can agree on that we're gonna talk about EBU. But some of these things, like the online voting, rest of the world thing, I think they should keep it in. Anyway, this is my view on this statement. You maybe don't agree with everything I said, but this is how I view on this. So, what do you think about this statement? Comment down below. Mwah. Oh hi, you're still here. I hope you have not forgotten to subscribe. So subscribe here and look for the recommended video over here, and end credit now. Bye.